All right. We're about to get this party started here on YouTube with live. So, hello and welcome. Hey, Sparks. Hello to my new viewers, new subscribers. It's Montina here. And my mission with this channel is to inspire, educate, and share information that helps you thrive in life and thrive in business. So, as I always say, if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Subscribe. So I'm back on track, YouTube. I'm back on track. Most Thursdays, I can't say every Thursday, but most Thursdays in my business for years, I've done virtual office support for small businesses because I am so tired of seeing small businesses struggle. I am so tired of it. I went to a meeting this morning, actually, in my county, and there was a joint venture put together where two companies, right, joint venture, were awarded $181 million. They call it a CIP, Continuous Improvement Program, award to do construction for water plants. And of course, there were some small businesses in the room. One was like, we never heard about the bid, the opportunities. What most people don't know is in traditional business spaces doing local work with the government, or could be county, state level, but more, I'll talk about all this eventually, but they have DBE goals, disadvantaged business enterprise goals, or minority goals, or women goals. There's 8% goal in this project. But if you think about 181 million and with an 8%, 10%, just to give you an idea of 181 million is 18, right? 8% puts about 14 million. But again, I was there with a lot of small businesses that want these opportunities, and many just aren't ready. They don't have the capital. They don't understand how to bid on the contracts. They don't have the certification so that they're already pre-vetted, and they don't have capital. So again, I started this virtual small business support for small businesses, just like many of you that watch my channel. And I know some of you started because I used to talk about my hair, which I don't anymore. I know I was talking about love for a while, which I don't anymore, but I'm still amazingly in love and married, but that's another channel. But I'm here to offer my support for small businesses. So if you are a minority or woman-owned small business, I'm here to answer your questions. Questions can be submitted or sent to me on LinkedIn or through YouTube, like some of you have done. So what I'm going to do is take this opportunity to really answer some questions that I've had from some small businesses that I get across the board. And today we're going to talk about how do you, the question is answered. I'm going to give you some examples. So again, if you want to submit questions, you can do so, or you can just send it to LinkedIn. I don't have other social media, Instagram, Facebook, anything else, because I don't want it. I don't want to be online like that anymore. Those days are done for Spark Wisdom. So again, you can expect to see me live on YouTube. Again, at least on Thursdays, but I'll have the schedule up. So the question that I get is resulted around certification. How do I do business with corporations? And that question was submitted to me prior to the business hours. I don't prepare typically anything, but this is a question I get from a lot of small businesses. How do I get corporate opportunities? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you where you can get opportunities. And we're going to start with Starbucks. Okay. Now, many of you probably think like, I don't know if I could ever get business from Starbucks. You could, you know. So I'm here on LinkedIn. If you are not following me or connected with me on LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn every day. I check my messages on LinkedIn, and that's kind of my place. But Starbucks, as I put here in this post, is spending an extra $450 million to revamp their North American cafes in 2023. The time I'm recording this video, it's 2022. They have a goal to increase their spending with diverse suppliers, minority, women, veteran-owned suppliers, LGBTQ. I mean, it encompasses a lot, disabled. It's not just literally like black or white, but to 1.5 billion by 2030. So if you're not in business and you are like, man, I'm thinking about a business, I would be thinking about a business that fits the space that they're most interested in with the opportunities. Now, I can tell you right now that you can see what the opportunities are. Now, again, if I were to go into business, I'd be thinking about this. But opportunities exist. If you want to do business with corporates, I recommend getting certified, because that's how corporates recognize that you are a certified, or excuse me, minority or women-owned or disabled-owned business. And there's a whole criteria. But the opportunities to do business with corporations does come from these certifications. So let's look at specifically Starbucks Supplier Diversity Program. Here's their commitment. You can reach out to them. They actually do respond to the emails. You may not know, but even with Facebook, you literally can set up a meeting with them and they will meet with you. These are typically very small teams with the supplier diversity programs. Facebook, I think, has maybe 6 people. Starbucks may have like 3 or 4 people. These billion-dollar corporations only have like a small group of people that do this. So be persistently, pleasantly, let's see, they say be pleasantly persistent, but you have to be patient as well. So here's the eligibility to do business with them. So yes, you can be Black, Hispanic, Asian, but if you're not certified, then typically you're not eligible to do business with them. Certifications mean that you are pre-vetted. Okay, you're pre-vetted. My company is a certified woman and minority owned. You don't have to be both if you're, again, a minority and women. I can just be minority owned or women owned. But again, here's the eligibility. Here is the qualifications, basically, if you intend to do business with Starbucks. Again, just putting Starbucks out here. But here's the certifications that they want you to have with one of these agencies or a public or government agency. So you just can't say, well, I'm certifying myself. I'm certified Asian. No, it doesn't work that way. So here are the different, what they call councils. And I'll have all kind of videos coming up in the next year or so, really centered around these. You know, the NMSDC is the National Minority Supplier Development Council, which I'm a part of. I'm an MBE. I'm a WBE with the Women's Business Enterprise National Council. They have a National Women's Business Owners Corporation that certifies, and then gay and lesbian, veterans Business Council, veteran owned, LGBT Chamber of Commerce, and again, disabilities. They have socioeconomically disadvantaged small businesses. Okay, so there's a lot of ways for you to actually be certified. I will tell you, these national certifications cost money. If you're just like through HubZone, 8A, ACDBE, or DBE, they're free. Okay, I'm surprised I don't have like the WASB women-owned small business or economically disadvantaged women-owned small business. Again, these are free. Here's the programs. For diverse groups, you consider must be one of these. And then they have their FAQ. So here's the opportunities. Food and beverage. Okay, they want you to be GSFI certified. So you can't say, well, I cook, stuff in my kitchen. That's not what they want. And you have to meet the clean label requirements as well. They have store development opportunities. That means if you're in the construction space, epoxy space, you're putting down the flooring, they have work for you. Okay. Print spaces, signage, co-packing, manufacturing, logistics, distribution, transportation, capital equipment, energy. Okay. Here are the reasons why to get certified. It increases your company's visibility for opportunities. There's no guarantees. Okay. So most people think I'm gonna get certified as a guarantee. No guarantee. But there are also others that say, well, you don't need to get certified to do business. The corporations want you certified because you're pre-vetted for these opportunities. And then here's additional resources. So how do you do business with corporations? Get certified. Now, you don't have to go all in and do all of these. Okay, that's kind of the big thing that people think, well, I'm Black, I'm a woman, I'm gay. Well, great. You're a veteran. You'd be, really called a unicorn if you're at least 3. You don't need all of them. Go into one, because typically if you go into one, there are going to be a lot of opportunities for you to have educational opportunities, networking opportunities, and you can only stretch yourself so much. So again, how do you do business with corporates? You definitely want to invest in certifications. It's different on the government side, but I have a lot of information to provide for that. I've been in business over 10 years and I'm certified woman-owned since 2018. And I will tell you, I made a lot of mistakes along the way, I do have a free training if you're interested in learning about how you can, which certification is right for you, how you can leverage certifications, how to use certifications to grow your business. I've done it. And I'm going to tell some of you, now let me give y'all a scolding moment from Montina. Stop paying folks to get you certified. It's free. That is the number one thing I am against. Now, I'm not trying to take away from anyone's business, but you don't need to pay anyone to get you certified. It's free. If you're confused about the application, on these national side, they have people that are employees that will help you with the certification. Now, a company like mine, where I come in, where I'm just passionate about it, is if you're starting out, you really just need to see where your business is. I don't recommend certifications because many of these businesses aren't going to do business with you if you've been in business under 5 years anyway, most of the time. But here's where I say you could hire someone to assist or consult, and that's to understand which certification's right for you. There's like 10 or 12 different certifications. You don't need all of them. So which one's right for you? Well, kind of where's your tribe? I realized that the women-owned for me was not the best certification, but the minority-owned was, because I'm dealing with men and women across the board, not just Black, not just Hispanic, not just Asian, everyone. And it just was a better fit for me as a company. And I saw that's where I was getting business. Also, you want to creatively think about what you do. So if I was to look at this and say, man, I run a janitorial company. Well, they're building new stores. They're going to have companies clean it up. And if they want to invest their minority spend, then I've raised my hand and say, hey, I'm Black and I'm proud. I wouldn't say that, but I'd say I'm a minority woman-owned, certified minority woman-owned company. And I'd love the opportunity to become one of your vendors. How can I get on your preferred vendors list? So there's ways to communicate that. And that's what you pay someone to help you do: strategy, build capability statements, put together a business portfolio, video, sourcing, but not to submit the applications. Please stop doing that, y'all. Just reach out to me. You might be confused about what you need, or something isn't submitted and it gets rejected. I'll help you. Okay. So that's really it. Unless anyone has any questions. I know that you all aren't used to seeing me on YouTube live, but y'all gonna see a lot more of me on YouTube. Because it's time for me to come back and help you all. Like Starbucks says, they have a mission: inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one couple, one neighborhood at a time, blah, blah, blah. I have a mission to inspire, educate, and share information that helps you thrive in life and thrive in business. I want you to win in life and win in business. You're not winning in life if your business is failing and you feel like a failure. You're not winning in business if your relationships are falling apart and your children are wilding out and you don't understand what's going on in your life and you're depressed. I want you to thrive in every aspect of your life, financially, in relationships, in your business, in your marriages. I want you to thrive. Okay. So that's all that I'm going to have for this session here. Again, our next live session will be posted below, but again, it's typically on Thursdays. Some are skipped because I have client meetings and things that I'm doing. But if you have questions, you can post them below the post, and then you can register to sign up. But I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I'll be doing lives, and then I'll be uploading videos pretty much every single day. So again, thank you so much for joining. Thanks, Vegan Hippie Soul. I've seen things out here. Oh, here we go. Hello, Sinlu. Okay, awesome. Okay, here's some questions coming in. Thanks, y'all. All right, so I'm doing this every single, pretty much again on Thursdays. It will be at noon Eastern time. But career development, resumes, mock interviews, LinkedIn, are there spaces in the government contracting space? There are spaces and again, when we think government contract, everyone thinks federal, right? I mean, there's so many government agencies, but I'll tell you specifically, if I were in that space, I would be thinking about veterans. There's, I believe, opportunities in the veteran space, but this is where I come in, where I can help you go find them. So you don't have to be doing all this long research. But I can tell you, I met a young woman. She's around my age. I guess I'm a young woman too. But she is retiring from the military, and she's like, man, I got to get back out there. She's taken some classes, and the government, military government, they do their best to set them up for success. My husband is 21-year retired Army veteran, And he came out and he works for a government agency, but he retired at 45. And of course, he didn't want to stay retired. So he finished up his degrees, got his master's, and now he works for the government and will have a double retirement. They need help with resumes. Okay. They have all of this military experience. How does that translate into civilian life for them? Getting a job. They need interviews. It's completely different. So if I were thinking about that type of work, that's what I would think about. The other thing is, today I went to a government meeting, my county government, and they didn't say anything about needing my specific, let me turn off my sharing. They didn't say anything about needing my specific type of service, but I understand what I can provide just from my knowledge. I'm really good at helping small businesses connect the dots. I'm really good at helping small businesses with their capacity, right? And getting qualified for opportunities. So don't always wait for the opportunities for you. You have to go out and sell yourself. And that's where some of you all are in 9 to 5s. That's where they get in the way, because you really have to go and sell your services and yourself. But I would definitely put together a package, and I would go after a specific, what I call niche, or really industry niche. Everyone wants to go with this wide net. Y'all want to fish in the ocean. Go fish in the pond. It's so much easier to fish in the pond than fish in the ocean. So go fish in the pond. Hey, and again, I'm saying Army, and I'm saying Army in terms of maybe you go after just women. Maybe you go after just men. Maybe you go after the Army veterans' spouses. So again, how can you niche it all the way down? And that's where I like to look at an avatar. I know my avatar, but it's different depending on the industry that I'm going after for new business. If I'm working with a small business, it's a specific type of business. So yeah, there's opportunities. I just saw an opportunity today. I forwarded to a friend for leadership development for a specific county. They're always looking for people. What if you went after, again, doing government work for your schools, right? And setting up mock interviews for graduating seniors, for those that want to go into trades or something like that. Again, think through that. Okay. Think through that. Okay. Lots of veterans. That's awesome. Okay, so I don't give relationship advice right now. Me says just business, just business, just business. So like I said, thanks y'all for joining. I've been in business now full time since 2014. The reason why I always kind of emphasize full time is because there are so many business coaches online that have full-time jobs, and it's nothing against it. I was a part-time entrepreneur too, but it is so different when you get to the other side. And, I used to say, what you kill is what you eat. So I thought, but really what you plant is what you harvest. I have a garden in my backyard, and I had some lettuce, and literally my husband built me this above ground garden. I don't know, just above ground garden, because he didn't want me to have to bend over. So half of it, I put the lettuce, the other half, I put this other type of lettuce. The other lettuce, it's flourishing, but the other side, nothing's growing. I'm like, what is going on? That's how it is in business sometimes, where you'll find that you will have all these opportunities, and then over here, nothing. And my husband said, well, just go in and till it. Like, just see if you can, it might grow, give it some extra attention. That's how it is in business. So I say full time because from 2014 to now, this time in the video, 2022, nothing else. I have zero other sources of income. Okay. The income comes from my business. I have YouTube income. I have income from teaching on Udemy. I have books I've written, but I'm talking about, I don't have a job. I don't have a retirement. I don't have a disability check. I don't have a social security check. Hell, I don't even have a whole bunch of child support. My business has been able to sustain me, and I've had employees since 2014, and I had employees in 2022. So for 8 years, I fed myself and other people off this business. So that's why I always kind of stress and emphasize that. I think it's important for you to understand who I am and what I do and what comes along with that. So I have the business acumen and expertise to really think through your situation. So if you'd like to set up a call with me, the first 15 minutes, just one time, y'all be trying to take advantage. It's free. I'm really willing to talk with you about any business questions that you have, certifications, contracts, capital, business credit. Those are kind of my sweet spots, but I've been in business a long time. What type of business should you start? If you're in business and you're struggling and you're not getting business, what should you do? Because that's very stressful. So my 20 minutes is up. as always, thank y'all so much for being so awesome. I have the best folks on YouTube. My Sparks are amazing. So you all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next live session. If you have questions that you want answered, again, centered around anything that I shared today, let me know. Let me know what brought you